Careful. This place has a code 1 cooties quarantine.
Shit,
oh no. Oh, god damn it.
Monsters are dangerous, and just now, kings are dying like flies.
I am the king!
Fuck the king.
Well, hello, and welcome to KerPOWcraft Kingdoms. This is Season 3 of KerPOWcraft, but the first you'll see on my channel. What we'll be doing in this Let's Play series? Well, first, everyone on the server is building a kingdom. I myself am working on a kingdom based roughly on a goblin king. So that's why you see me in the green armor. Each kind of kingdom will be a little bit different based on everybody's playstyle. Everybody's getting to know all these mods. We've got a lot of new kind of different mods in this one than we've seen before, and it's a stripped down mod pack. So you're not going to see a lot of magic, a lot of industry. What you're going to see is a lot of people being crafty and creative in a nearly vanilla mod pack. Second, I myself will be doing a little bit of roleplay, as I was saying, based on the Goblin King. Each of these episodes will be establishing trade routes, getting to know the other kingdoms, some collaboration. We'll work on the community center a little bit. Everybody's got some trade that they're going to set up. It's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So what you see here is my little hut. Nothing really spectacular. Got my farm set up down there. And what you can't see is off there in the distance. There's a really amazing ravine that I may be getting some work done in later on down the line. But for now, we're going to go get started on this. And this is going to be my main castle. My main castle is going to look out over the village that I'm going to establish here. It's going to run towards this trade route. That green beacon right there, that's spawn. We're going to build a tunnel. It's going to come across to here, and we'll add some more village. This will be the more expensive side of town. This is where all the rich people are going to live. So this is the main framework of the building. Let's go down into the village center and let's take a look so you can get a good idea. Before I do that, let me grab some dirt so I can pillar up, so you can see just exactly what we're talking about. In fact, I think I can use these trees right here. Oop. Climbing has never been one of my best fortes. Parkour and geo don't necessarily combine. So I'm leaving those two trees because they have a very nice aesthetic when it's all said and done. Problem is getting up to where you can see what I have in mind for my build. But creation is a process. So as you can see, we're going to build a lot of different levels and a lot of different layers into this building. So let's go back up. I have a palette already all picked out. We do have chisel built into this mod pack, so that'll be nice. And then we have something that similar to vein miner in this pack, so we can strip down lots of resources quickly. So let's go back in here. You might have seen it already, but this essentially is going to be my color palette. Some oak wood, there's standard old oak wood. Maybe I'll throw in some variances there. And then cobblestone will be the primary And I'm going to throw in some andesite, and that should make this, change up the shading just a little bit, give it a little bit of a worn-in look. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll get back with you in just a minute. Well, it's got itself a bit of an industrial flavor right now, but I don't have any of the roofs on, so that's okay. You can see I'm going for a really narrow window design for the most part, and I started to convert over some of my initial starting house into the castle itself. So it will have a sloped wood roof, kind of more of a chalet style than a castle, I guess, but I don't want parapets. I'll probably have some parapets up here on top of the tall tower, and I might take that up. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I might take it up just one more level just to give me that extra oomph of looking out over the top, and then put parapets there with sloped roofs all around. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. I know it's pretty flat right now. We'll get the details in. Once I start doing the details, I'll bring you back in and really show you all of that sort of stuff. But that's what we're getting started with for right now. What I wanted to do right now was actually jump out of this tree and kind of go over and show you that ravine I was talking about earlier, because it's pretty awesome. I wanted to take you over to spawn and do that long journey, because that's a bit of a long journey. But we can sit here and we can talk a little bit and talk about kind of what our plan is for the server. So one of the biggest things I want to get into is kind of role play out some rivalries. I know there's quite a few guys on the server that are willing to do that with me, and man, that even looks good from here. And all of this is temporary just so I can get started. What brought me over here was the fact that I had all this multicolored red sand and trees, and it's really pretty and lots of resources, and this big giant mountain. It's enormous on the map, and it's got this nice big waterfall. One of the coolest things about it is this ravine. So we can go up here and take a look as we go up the mountain. Why am I slowed? What has slowed me? Tangleweed. Oh, I'll have to remember that is there. That's part of Dungeon Tactics. That is one of the mods in this mod pack that I'm looking forward to trying out. That's about as close as we're going to get to magic on this server. But Dungeon Tactics, one of the other things it comes up with is these pole arms and the glaives. So let's just take a look. So, Dungeon Tactics, you have these glaives, warhammers, cutlasses, some dungeonpedias, but these are the things I'm really looking forward to. Some of these traps, and they're built by digging up some of these flowers. Some of the other things that it's got in here are grenades, some new different types of shields, some additional mastery enchantments, some jeweled boots and chest plates, cannons, slingshots, just all kinds of different weapons. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I wanted to show you this ravine in the side of the mountain, and this whole complex. You can see up there's holes, and even up over here there's just all kinds of little caves and stuff, and it's all interconnected, and this whole big mountain is nothing but one big tunnel complex. Perfect spot for dwarven caves. So if Atomic doesn't get into that, hint hint, I'm definitely going to. One of the other things I like about this area is it's got these really cool floating islands, and I can't wait to get up there and do some exploring. But that's going to have to wait till I can get some elytras and get up there quickly. So we're going to go ahead and speed run this route back to spawn, which once again is the green arrow up in front of us. So we're going to go ahead and speed run through this, and we'll be back right after we're done. Alright, and we're out. And now we're back across the mountain. So as you can see, this is home for us. And this is that long bridge. And this is the mountain we just crossed through. We're now up over here. And we're going to go head over to spawn. But I wanted to show you this area too. This is another rabbit's den of tunnels and some really tall trees. This might be a good place for even like a community build or some other different type of kingdom. One of the other mods we have in this pack is called Minecraft Comes Alive, which, if you're not familiar with that, it allows you to interact with smarter villagers. We'll head over to a villager in another episodes, but villagers in Minecraft Comes Alive, you're able to marry them, able to have kids, you can set them to work for you mining and farming and doing all your menial chores. So instead of your standard automation for farming and mining and all of that, you use your villagers. I think it works out really well. So once we get across this little desert here, we'll be back to spawn. And one of the things that I was coming over here for was I was hoping that everybody would have gotten a chance to come back over here and reallocate their spawn signs, which it doesn't look like very many people did. Looks like just KerPOW, and there's mine back there. So everybody is going to need to come in here and update their locations for their bases, just so we can keep track of where everybody is. But this is going to be the community center building. This is actually the initial spawn chunk, so that when you spawn in from even like the end, everything will show up here. And I'm planning on replacing some of these with hoppers so that it'll catch stuff as people drop it through from the end. But as you can see, we've got a nice area here to set up all of our community shopping village. I don't know if we haven't really decided on a theme yet. I'm hoping we can get everybody together soon so we can kind of discuss a theme for the area, whether it's going to be the standard wool roofed little tents or what we're going to do for the area. Or we're just going to do it free for all. One of the other things that's on my project list is to come in here and actually lay out some roads. And if I don't do it, well, hopefully I can talk somebody else into doing it. Because roads are fun. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. It helps us out so very much. And we'll get to see you in another episode. Bye-bye.
I am the king!
Fuck the king.
So here I am, wandering around all over the map, over by Stith's place. And what do I come across? Two very cool items that I wanted and I knew somebody else would kill for. So I went ahead and grabbed mine, took it back to my place, but I had to go back for the other one. And I finally, after all of this effort, from 2 kilometers away, drug it clear over here, across 2 rivers I might add, just so I can present KerPOW with exactly how I feel about him. I am keeping the saddle though. So KerPOW. A little expression How do I feel? You? How do I feel about you? There you go. It's a mixed message. Not really, though.